What's up, people? I'm Shaggy, the opinionated hippie. This chair is squeaking a lot today. And this is part 18 of my reviewing and ranking Yes's live albums. And today it is the most recent thing they have dropped, Yale Bowl 71, which was a record store day. Why does that sound weird now? Back in like April, about a month ago, less than a month ago from when I'm recording this. And it's what looks like a complete show from mid 1971, July 1971. This has been bootlegged quite often, this show. The set list from this era usually have two more songs that follow the four songs that are on here. But right before the fourth song on here, I think it's how clearly is like, hey, this is our last show in the States. We're heading back to Britain, to England. This is going to be our last song. And he kind of goes on and on for a while about that. So it almost seems like maybe this is the complete show, these four songs. But that's what this is. It is a soundboard recording. Not the greatest sound quality, but not horrible. The cymbal does kind of ride and fill up a lot of space at the top and give it that sort of shimmer that a lot of not the best sounding soundboards have, or audience tapes even. And it's it's an interesting little thing. I'm just going to talk about the four songs that are on here and rank them from my least favorite to favorite. Then I'm going to rank this album compared to every other Yes album that has been released officially so far. I'm going to eventually get to some other unofficial stuff that's pretty popular out there. But anyways, yeah, that's it. So let's get on to number 4. Number 4 is Perpetual Change. I was looking to put this higher. It's like 15 minutes. It's early. It sounds pretty good. Hal's guitar sounds pretty amazing. But when we get to that part in Yes songs where the song just goes to the next level, we get a Bruford drum solo. And then when the Bruford drum solo ends, about 4.5 minutes later, we get about 20-30 seconds of the song, and the song ends. So kind of disappointing. Was kind of another 15-minute Perpetual Change. It's a drum solo. So there's a disappointment factor baked into that. But I think the song sounds good. The band sounds good. I think the best thing about this entire album is just the energy of the band and the sort of raw youthfulness of them. Though they would, within a year be playing much more epic sets, even with just these 4 songs here would reveal. That was a weird sentence. Number 3 is Your Move, All Good People. Hal sounds really good. It's fun. It's loose. It's a little bit ragged. It's Your Move, All Good People. Nothing really special about it, but it's definitely not bad. A lot of good energy. Number 2 is Yours Is No Disgrace. Sounds really good. Hal's guitar solo is pretty fantastic. It's pretty short. Within a year, the Yes shows, or the Yes songs shows. I always flip those two albums, Yes songs and Yes shows. The Yes song shows, it would be quite a different beast. Yours Is No Disgrace, where Hal would go to the next level, then you'd get a full-on band jam. This is just Hal going off for maybe around a minute, maybe it's a little more than a minute. It sounds great. He sounds good. His ideas are good. It's just when he quickly wraps it up and goes back into the song, you're just like, oh, that was so good. We need more. The second part of Yours Is No Disgrace, when they go to bum bum bam 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 bam, and he goes to ding ding. When they jump back into the full tune, Hal's a little funkier and almost off kilter and almost in a different little groove than the band, but in a purposeful, really good way. So that's a neat little moment. So the band sounds good. It's just, it's a pretty straightforward performance of Yours Is No Disgrace. And then my number 1 would be the clap/classical gas, Steve Howe's solo guitar section. I think the clap sounds a little more humble and a little more just low key, maybe even muted a little bit. And it's just it's just really a little more gentle-ish. And I wasn't anticipating thinking classical gas is a good thing, but Howe does a great job with it. It flows, the segue from the clap into classical gas is just seamless. Hal just sounds great. His guitar playing is fantastic. I think that is easily, considering what else is in the entire catalog that's been released, the classical gas I think is the most kind of relevant thing on this release. Like, oh yeah, check this out because it's pretty good. The other stuff is like, band sounds good on yours is no disgrace, but we have much better versions. Your Move All Good People kind of song didn't really change all that much, but I do think the raggedness is interesting, but the tighten it up that would happen within a year or two made it an even better song, especially the second half. And then the perpetual change, they eventually dropped the drum solo or had a shorter drum solo, but they had a full on jam at the end. So yeah, that's how I would rank those four. It looks like that on screen. Not just an interesting listen, and it's almost their version of Beat the Boots. This has been bootleg. Nah, we're just going to release it ourselves, which is, kind of the same results with Frank's Beat the Boots. You're like, oh, cool, he beat the boots, but did I need this show out of all the shows from this tour? Could it have been a different show maybe? But no, it's this show. Where would I rank this among the other 18? It's not at the bottom. I have it at 13, just because I don't see myself listening to this very much, to be perfectly honest, considering the other stuff on this list. But I also don't see myself listening to Topographic Drama. Would much rather just listen to the studio versions of both those albums. Union Live, I've always just disliked. And those three at the bottom are just, when you become a cover band, I just don't. But anyways, I would probably reach for this before I would reach those other ones. But the ones above it all have stuff that I think is kind of interesting and has something that, has one or two tracks that I would be drawn towards first. But yeah, that's all I got. It's a short little release, only 4 songs, so don't got much to say about it. If you're one of those people who's a completist, you're going to get this. If you're not, I think this is skippable, especially when you have stuff like Progeny out there and you have other stuff. You have that Word box set. I don't think there's really anything on there that as a Yes fan you have to hear. So I'd love to hear otherwise. Convince me otherwise. But yeah, that's all I got. Let me know what you think. Go listen to this and give me your opinion. Subscribe, like, share, comment. Do those things. And go listen to Yes anyways, because, yeah, they're good. Yeah. All right. Peace. Talk to you later.